Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, the I Teach channel, and today I'm going to give you some information about the DepEd Memorandum number 14 series of 2021. This is the interim guidelines on the preparation, submission, and checking of school forms for the school year 2020-2021. And this is dated just this March 26, 2021. So this DepEd memo is to all undersecretaries, assistant secretaries, bureau and service director, regional director, school division superintendents, public and private elementary and secondary school heads, and all other concerns. And syempre, concerned po tayo dyan mga teachers. So ano nga ba ito? Itong memo na ito. So number one, consistent with the basic education or learning continuity plan as stipulated in DepEd Order number 12 series of 2020, the Department of Education issued an interim guidelines on the preparation, submission, and checking of school forms for the school year 2020-2021. This issuance amends certain provisions of DepEd Order number 4, series of 2014, and 58, series 2017 to reflect the requirements of distance learning modalities in school forms, as well as to ensure the collection of necessary data for evidence-based decision making for school year 2020-2021. So since bago tayo ngayon, so nag-adjust din po ang ating preparation, submission, and checking of school forms for school year 2020-21. So ano nga ba ang mga pagbabago ito? So in these regards, the following amendments are adopted in the submission and checking of school forms. You have to see Annex 1. Mamaya makikita po natin yan for the complete form. So we have letter A, preparation and submission of school forms. So first, we have school form 1 or the SF1 or school registry. Additional data elements for learning modality shall be added in the existing SF1. So kasi dati wala yan. So dahil nga nagbago ang ating learning modality, so kailangan nating ilalagay at idadagdag yan. The learning modality shall be updated whenever the learner shifts from one learning modality to another. At the end of each quarter, the updated modality shall be generated through the Learner Information System or the LIS as official quarterly enrollment count per modality. The age to be recorded in the form is the learner's age by October 31, 2020. So, alam niyo na ngayon ang ating basis. October 31, 2020. At saka, di ba, marami sa ating mga students ang talagang palipat-lipat kasi syempre naiintindihan naman natin sila. For example, nasa blended sila tapos hindi naman kaya nilang, ang kanilang parents ay hindi naman kayang magbayad ng Wi-Fi connection, so internet connection. So, yan, lumilipat sila sa modular modality. Tapos meron namang mga taga modular modality, meron naman silang gusto namang lumipat sa blended kasi nga daw hindi masyado natututo ang kanilang mga anak. So syempre tayo inaano naman natin 'yon, ina-allow naman natin 'yon. So basta kailangan mag-reflect yan sa ating SF Form 1. Kasi kailangan nakalagay doon kung halimbawa sa quarter 1 modular siya, pagdating sa quarter 2 blended, so kailangan ano yan doon, naka-specify. Next, number 2. School form 2 or the daily attendance. All right. So, given the temporary suspension of face-to-face learning with the implementation of different learning modalities, teachers, advisors may choose an applicable learning attendance conversion tool. So meron tayong, makikita natin yan, Annex 2 yan dito sa ating DepEd Order number 14, series of 2021. So mamaya makikita natin yan, yung LACT, yung LACT, right? That can be considered in checking the learner's attendance. The chosen norm of attendance checking should be explained to parents, learners for awareness and transparency. The SF2 that are already prepared by teachers for the first 2 quarters should be adopted without any further modification. Hence, the adoption of the LACT is only applicable and should only be used for the third and fourth quarters of school year 2020-21. So dahil tapos na po tayo sa first and second, itong LACT na ito, applicable na lang po siya for the third and fourth. Ayan, kasi gumamit na po tayo ng SF2 for our first and second quarter. Similarly, in the adoption of any LACT for the third and fourth quarters of school year 2020-2021, the teachers are highly encouraged to exercise due consideration and to reach out to learners. Ayan, kailangan talagang grabe yung patience natin ngayon at grabe yung ating consideration sa ating mga parents at sa ating mga students. A learner can only be considered a dropout or no longer participating in learning activities or NLPA if he or she and his or her parent voluntarily withdraw from schooling or if he or she incurs absences for more than 20% of the prescribed numbers of class or laboratory periods during the school year or semester as per DO number 8 series of 2015. This is equivalent to 7 weeks of non-attendance in his or her online activity classes and or non-submission of modules or activity sheets without any communication efforts or contact efforts being made by the learners or parents, guardians with the teacher. So ito, ang tanong ngayon, teacher, paano kaya kung ang isang student 6 weeks na siya nag-absent or hindi man lang nagpapasa ng kanyang mga module? Alright, tapos bigla na lang nagsabi siya, ay teacher, pasensya na po, ganito po kasi yung nangyari sa amin, lumipat po kami ng bahay, wala po kaming pamasahe. O, tapos, after that, nung nakapagpasa ulit siya ng pang 6 weeks niya, well, hindi na naman siya nag-contact sa iyo ng another 1 week. So, pwede ba nating i-drop yon? Syempre, hindi. Kasi ang nakalagay dito, kailangan consecutive. So, dapat sunod-sunod yon. Ayan. So, hindi. So, kailangan talaga grabe na konsiderasyon sa ating mga estudyante at saka sa ating mga learners. Kasi nga naman, grabe naman ang kanilang fini-face ngayon ng mga challenges sa buhay. Alright? Note that contact communication effort may vary depending on the distance learning modality and may include but are not limited to electronic digital communication, using of designated drop, pick-up kiosk, middleman for printed modules, phone calls, text messaging, handled CB radio, letter correspondence, or attending classes or meetings, and or physical interaction between parents and guardian and advisor within the parameters of the existing local national health safety protocols of IATF for COVID-19. Reporting cut-off date for enrollment count is as of October 9, 2020. Ayan. Okay. School Form 3, books issued and returned. If the school is releasing books and other learning materials to learners, SF3 may be used. This form can also be utilized to record the distribution and retrieval of learning modalities. In using SF3 for the recording and monitoring of the modules, the title of the book shall be replaced with an appropriate reference code or with the title of the module being issued or distributed. So dahil nga nagbibigay tayo, kami kasi nagbigay din kami ng book. So syempre gagamitin namin tong School Form 3. Pero di ba nagbibigay din tayo ng ating mga modules. Ito yun sa mga modular at saka sa blended. So ang ilalagay natin dyan, pwede nating ilagay yung reference code number or pwede na rin yung title ng module. Tapos ilalagay natin dyan kung kailan ibinigay, tapos kailan ibinalik. So, syempre, quarterly yun ibinibigay. At saka, pagkatapos ng quarter, saka rin ibinabalik. So, i-record natin yan doon. Okay? School Form 4 or the monthly report of learners' movement and attendance. This form is consolidated report of school form 2. The adjustment are as follows. So merong mga pagbabago, merong pag-adjust. Instead of a monthly submission of to the district or division office, school form 4 shall be only submitted quarterly. Ayan. So hindi na siya monthly kundi quarterly na. So ibig sabihin, 4 na beses lang tayo magpapasa ang ating school ng school form 4. Letter B, replace the column for dropout with no longer participating in learning activities. So dati dropouts ang nilalagay, ngayon NLPA na. NLPA is a status of learners whose parents and guardians or even the learners have failed to communicate or has not made any effort to contact the class advisor for at least 7 consecutive weeks. So i-emphasize ko lang po, 7 consecutive weeks. Dapat sunod-sunod yon ng 7 weeks. Alright? This status is also appropriate for learners who have expressed desire to stop participation in any learning activity. If the learner is expressing desire to continue participating in learning activities after 7 consecutive weeks of non-participation, the school head may assess the situation and decide for the best interest of the learners. Ayan. So, bibigyan pa rin natin siya ng chance kahit na, halimbawa, after 7 days, 7 weeks, consecutive weeks na nailagay na natin na no longer participating in learning activities. Tapos, napag-isip-isip ng nanay at saka ng bata na gusto niya palang mag-aral ulit. So, yung ating school head na po ang mag-a-assess kung depende yun sa sitwasyon. Okay? Kung siyempre ang ating school heads yung mga nakakaalam talaga kung dapat ba siyang pagbibigyan o dapat ba siyang hindi pagbigyan. So, eto ang nakalagay kasi dito, the school head may assess the situation and decide for the best interest of the learner. Ayan. So, iisipin pa rin natin yung para pa rin sa ating mga estudyante, para pa rin sa bata. Kasi, syempre, kapag reasonable naman, siguro pwedeng mapagbibigyan. Letter C, additional data field for mortality and death. Ayan. Okay. Sana naman wala namang mamatay. Okay. So, school form 8, basic health and nutrition profile. Parents or guardian may administer the actual measuring of weight and height or the body mass index and submit a reading result to the class advisor. Ayan. So ito, ang mga magulang naman natin. Dahil hindi nga natin nakikita yung ating mga learners, so ang mga magulang natin yung susukat ng kanilang mga weight, ng kanilang mga height para ma-solve natin yung body mass index. For parents or guardians who have limited resources or ability to make an actual measurement, they may seek assistance for the barangay health worker or health professionals. Ayan. So, syempre meron namang ang mga magulang naman walang mga weighing scale sa bahay, 'di ba? At saka parang halimbawa hindi sila capable na gawin 'yon sa kanilang mga anak. So, pwede po silang pumunta sa barangay health center at humingi po ng tulong tapos i-chat po nila or i-text kay teacher advisor. Okay. The reading result may be reported to the class advisor for encoding in LIS. So tayo mga advisor, syempre, tatanungin natin ang ating mga parents tapos tayo po ang mag-i-encode noon sa LIS. Updating of SF8 through the LIS facility is highly encouraged for elementary grade levels but not mandatory except for the learners recipient of any promoting health and nutrition. So ito, hindi naman siya mandatory kasi halimbawa kung hindi mo talaga mapilit kasi ang magulang kung ayaw nilang magbigay ng weight at height ng kanilang mga anak. Pero kapag halimbawa ang iyong anak ay beneficiary ng feeding program, so kailangan talaga kasi kailangan nating malaman kung naging effective ba ang ating feeding program or hindi sa kanilang mga anak. Okay. The junior high school and the senior high school are not required to accomplish the SF8 and update BMI in LIS. Wow, okay. Ayan, so ang mga junior high school at saka mga senior high school teachers, hindi po sila required. Only the elementary, but not mandatory pero mandatory siya doon sa mga recipient ng health and nutrition program. All right. So, School Form 9, the progress report. Instruction and guidelines related to assessment and computation of grades are available in DepEd Order number 31, series of 2020. The following may also be considered in the preparation of the SF9. Indicate, letter A, indicate the bottom part of each column of learning modality being adapted in each quarter. Please refer to the sample illustration in Annex 1. So mamaya makikita natin yan. The character traits and the core values portion of SF9 are not required to be accomplished. So pwede nang hindi natin lagyan yung character traits and core values kasi nga naman hindi sila natin masyado na-observe yung ating mga anak ngayon. Lalo-lalo na sa mga modular, paano nila lalagyan yon? Okay, so School Form 10, Permanent Record. SF10 shall be prepared at the end of the school year. The department shall issue further instruction in accomplishing the said form. Nevertheless, for grade 5 and 6 who are still using Form 137, instruction for SF9 character traits and core values shall be applied. Ayan. So, except po dito yung grade 5 and 6 kasi gumagamit pa rin tayo ng school form na Form 137. So, titingnan natin yung instruction doon for character traits and core values. Okay, for the checking of school forms, to minimize physical contact between individuals and thereby to reduce the possibility of COVID-19 transmission, the process of checking of forms shall be simplified. Ayan. Okay, syempre kasi 'di ba, kailangan mag-adjust, okay, based sa ating situation ngayon. The division level checking of forms which is being conducted by the Division Checking Committee as stipulated in section 5, paragraphs A1, B2 and C2 of DepEd Order number 11 series of 2018 is hereby suspended. So hindi na sila mag-check. The annual checking form shall only be done at the school level by the school checking committee. The school level checking may be conducted through online or on-site, provided that health and safety protocols are being observed. The result of the checking forms initiated by the school checking committee is deemed final and can be used by the school to complete the submission in LIS. Ayan. So, school to school na lang, within the school na lang yung checking natin. Okay, kasi nga naman para maiwasan natin ang transmission ng virus. Number 3, the department shall issue further instruction in accomplishing School Form 5 or SF5 report on promotion and level of proficiency. The School Form 6 summarized report on promotion and level of proficiency at the end of the school year. The adjustments made which will be posted in and can be accessed through the learner's information system, shall be incorporated in the school form of for school year 2020-2021 in all public and private schools, as well as state and local colleges and universities offering basic education. The regional schools division office and even the schools are highly discouraged to introduce localized forms that only duplicate the data in these nationally issued forms. This memorandum shall be applicable for school year 2020-2021 unless otherwise extended. For more information, please contact Planning Service Office of the Director, Department of Education Central Office, DepEd Complex Meralco Avenue, Pasig City through email ps.od@deped.gov.ph or at telephone number 02-8687-2744. Immediate dissemination of and strict compliance with this memorandum is directed. So kailangan na talaga nating itong sundin. Okay, signed by Leonor Magtolis Briones, our secretary. Okay, so ngayon titingnan na natin yung mga annexes. Ayun. So, eto na ang ating School Form 1. Okay, so sa School Form 1, ano ba yan? Ayan, so School Form 1 natin or School Register. Ayan, kung makikita ninyo, ayan, ganun pa rin siya, pero ano ang idinagdag diyan? Ang modality. Okay. Ayan, relationship, contact. Ito yung dinagdag, yung learning modality. Okay, yan yung ating SF1. Then we have the school form 2, SF2. Ito na yung daily attendance report for learners. So ito kasi gagamitin na natin ito for the third and second quarter. So ayan. Halos parehas lang naman. Okay. So ilalagay natin yung name ng bata, then kung present ba sila. Okay. Pero ang tawag natin ngayon is learning attendance conversion tool. Ayan na. Okay. Ito naman yung school form 3, book issued and returned. So pwede return. So pwede nating ilalagay dito yung mga books na ibinigay natin sa mga bata. At the same time, pwede din nating i-record dito yung mga modules na ibinigay natin sa ating mga estudyante. Tapos, di ba nakalagay dyan? Oh, subject area, subject, lalagay natin dito yung title ng tapos ayan, issued, return. Oh, sige, pahabain natin yan kasi 'di ba marami tayong ibinigay kasi sa kanila. Okay. Next one. Ito na yung SF for monthly learners movement and attendance. Ayan. So ito ito nakalagay dito yung no longer participating in learning activities. So kailangan, uulitin ko po, 7 consecutive weeks na walang ginawa ang magulang, hindi nagpapasa, or ikaw naman tawag ka ng tawag, chat ka ng chat, pero hindi talaga nasagot. So pwede nating ilagay na yan. Pero within 7 consecutive weeks. Ayan. At ito yung school form 9, progress report card. Ayan. Ayan. So, nandito rin nakalagay yung learning modality sa quarter 1, quarter 2, kasi may mga bata na palipat-lipat din. Okay. Then, eto na yung learning attendance conversion tool. So, ayan. So, mayroon tayo dito mga learning attendance conversion tool, converting presence in online class as daily class attendance. So, kasi pag sa Google Meet naman kasi, automatic meron tayong class attendance. For online classes with daily checking of attendance using whatever electronic, digital platform, or application. Ayan. How to record in SF2. Actual recording of number of school days, present or absent. The learners shall be considered present even in the case where he or she has only able to enter the online learning platform for a few minutes due to internet connectivity issues, as long as there is notification via chat from learners or parents or guardian. No any form of contacts for the day means absent. Ayan. Kasi yung mga estudyante ko, kapag hindi sila nakakapasok sa online, kino-consider ko kasi nga hindi naman natin hawak kung ano yung ang internet, ang connectivity. So ang ginagawa ko nga para mabigyan ko sila ng ng klase, nagvi-video ako ng lesson. Tapos sinesend ko sa kanila ang link. Okay, kasi blended po kami. So ito yung for online. Kailangan talagang umattend sila. Pag hindi sila umattend, kailangan may message from their parents or from the students. Okay, ito naman yung LACT 2. Converting communication effort with learners and our parents into class days attendance as programmed in a weekly home learning plan. The frequency of contact or communication with the parents or guardian or even with the learners is in whatever approach to be converted into class day attendance. Note that contact communication efforts may vary depending on the distance learning modality and may include but not limited to electronic digital communication using a designated drop pickup kiosk, middlemen for printed modules, phone calls, text messaging, handheld CB radio, letter correspondence, or attending classes, meetings, or physical appearance with parents, guardians, and advisors within the parameter of the existing local national health safety protocols of the IATF for COVID-19. Okay. So how to record in SF2? Assign the class day equivalency for each day contact effort by getting the total number of the contacts effort over the allotted class days per week or per month. Ayan. Kasi minsan, meron kasi mga parents, kagaya sa modular talaga, talagang every week lang sila nagkikita ng teacher. Tapos ang iba kasi wala rin silang um, cellphone, so consider yun ng teacher. Basta every week nandun siya. To illustrate, in a week schedule of 6 class days in a modular learning approach, the equivalent class days for distribution is 3 or another 3 days for retrieval. Ayan. So kapag kumuha siya sa distribution, 3. Tapos kapag nag-retrieve siya, another 3. This is to complete the 6-day class per week stipulated in DepEd Order number 30, series of 2020. Therefore, the weekly schedule for both distribution and retrieval of modules may be conducted as 2 contact efforts. So kung halimbawa kumuha si parent ngayon, so sa 3 days na yon present siya. Pag hindi nakapag sa uli, absent siya sa 3 days na remaining. Okay, so 3 days present, 3 days absent. Pero kapag nagkuha siya ulit, sa susunod na linggo, present na naman siya. At sa uli siya sa Friday, kinuha niya ng Monday, sa Friday niya sinuli, o present siya sa another 3 days. So this is applicable to all learning distance or to all distance learning modalities. Ayan. So ganun po mag-drawing, mag-record. Thus, if a learner has only made, ito yung example natin, attendance weekly, 1 contact distribution is equals to 3 class days. 1 contact effort for retrieval, 3 class days. Okay, for monthly, pagka lagi siyang di lagi siyang present. Pag lagi siyang kumukuha, pag nagsasauli naman siya, di lagi siyang present. Basta kapag kumuha, 3 days present. Pag nagsauli, 3 days present. Pero kapag nagkuha lang siya at hindi siya nagsauli, absent siya ng 3 days. So ngayon, thus, if the learner has only made a total of 4 contact efforts against 8 scheduled contact efforts, then he or she will have 12 class days present and 12 class days absent. The learner shall be considered present even in the delayed or non-submission of a module as long as there is communication made between parents or guardian or learners. Ayan. So kahit malate pa pala siya ng kanyang pag-submit, pwede mong ipipresent siya. As long as nagsabi siya sa'yo, ay teacher, hindi po ako makakapag-submit ngayon kasi busy po ang aking mommy. So ayan. So pwede mo siyang kapag sinauli niya ng late, pwede mo pa rin siyang ipipresent doon sa attendance. So grabe yung consideration natin ngayon. Pero naintindihan naman natin yon. Kasi nga, parents are really very busy. At saka syempre minsan, hindi akma sa schedule nila. Okay, LAC 3. Converting the submission of outputs modules of learners into class day attendance. This is for printed, modular, and digital modular learning. Okay, the total number of converting the submission of outputs modules of learners into class day attendance. The total number of submitted outputs and modules regardless of scores can be converted into class attendance. So, dito naman sa printed, modular, and digital modular, kapag nakapagpasa sila ng kanilang mga output o present na agad sila. Assign class day equivalency for the percentage of module output submission by getting the number of outputs or modules submitted over the required outputs. Modules for the week and stipulated by the complete week attendance constant. Ayan. To illustrate, tingnan natin. The week schedule of 6 class days in the modular learning approach is The complete attendance, 100%. The number of submitted modules and the number of the required modules for week may vary. So, ayan, kasi kada araw, di ba, may ginagawa sila sa ating home learning weekly home learning plan natin. So, doon, check mo, kung may ginawa siya ng ganito, o di present siya. Ayan, tignan nyo. Number of submitted modules, 6 modules. Number of required modules, 9 modules. Complete days attendance, 6 days. So ito yung formula. Number of submitted modules, number of required modules, complete days of attendance, o 6 divided by 9 is equals to 0.67 or 67% submission for the week. So 67% times 6 days is equals to 4.02 or 4 days present for the week. So 4 days lang ang kanyang present. Kasi 9 modules nga ang kailangan pero ang naipasa niya lang ay 6 modules. Thus, if the learner submitted only 6 modules against 9 required modules for the week, then he or she will have 4 class days present and 2 days absent. Ayan. So, ayan po, malinaw na malinaw kung paano po natin i-record ang mga attendance, kung ano po yung mga pagbabago sa ating mga school forms. So, I hope that you had learned something from this. So, I hope that you're going to share, like, and subscribe this channel. See you next time. Bye!